Alright, wait, we going live?
Okay, here we are. We are live. Welcome to the very first live edition of WDL Radio. Not only is it live audio, it's live video. So I am Human Bones, and I am joined by fellow captains Demon Sphere. Here you go. Wave on
Hey,
the big screen.
hey,
All right,
it's me, DS.
and also usual co-host Big Rick, aka Alt Stab. How's it
It's gonna
going?
be worse. It's gonna be even worse than usual
Well,
because it's live.
also
I'm just warning folks.
there's a little bit of an echo somewhere.
Is that me?
I don't know.
Do
But
you
anyway,
do you have the fucking YouTube video open still? The
I
YouTube
don't.
one?
So well, anyway,
Oh, maybe it's
we
me.
we had the live draft in Philadelphia before Ralph's wedding. Needless to say, I think it went pretty well, but it was also a shit show at the same time. And we're not sure if that video footage will ever get released to the public. It probably shouldn't, but
Definitely not.
definitely not. You know. But I think we had some pretty good teams that came out of it. You know. Surprisingly, there were only 2 teams that ended up not trading at the end of it. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about those teams. So Stark's team here, Stark and Rude are the only 2 captains that did not trade in the giant trade extravaganza. So Stark's lineup ended up being Stark, Alpha, Caution, and Zenero. And Rude's team was Rude, Dranzer, FSN, and Dastan. So, starting off with Stark's team, I mean, can you say frag power? Like, to me, that team is going to be absolutely insane. I don't know how anyone's going to get any flags out. You know, you stick Stark and Zenero next to each other. Those guys, their aims are ridiculous. And Stark's actually improved quite a bit over the years, so it was nice to see him step up into a captain's role. Yeah, a little bit, you know. He was supposed to be on here, and he was late, so we can shit talk him because he didn't show up.
He pulled a
Um,
Stark.
Pulled a Stark. Yeah, so I really like that team. You throw Caution out there. Caution can play any position, so I don't think they're going to have any problems. You know.
I I think he kind of threw caution to the wind when he drafted that team.
Are you just trying to fucking make a pun here? Caution.
Yeah,
talking to
I
him.
actually don't agree with what I just said. I just wanted to make that pun. Yeah, it's a good-looking team. It was weird because he drafted Alpha first, but he's, I think, actually going to end up being his 4th. But yeah, anyway you line it up, lots of frag power. So yeah, right. Defense, I think, is going to be strong. Offense with maybe Caution running. Stark can run too. Should be a good, really good team.
I agree. DS have anything to say about that? Yeah.
Say something about it? Okay, so Stark. I mean, he had his ups and downs. He used to be like really good. He was getting like really good and promising at duel for a while, and then he just kind of like fell off the chart after D before D died, and like he started getting like real shitty, and then WDL like popped up, and he started getting a little bit better at CTF, and he started getting a little bit better overall, and he kind of like dropped again for some unknown reason, and then last season, I think it was last season, I was like, damn, Stark is really stepping it up, dude. Like he's really improved, like as a player
PEDs.
and whole. What?
PEDs.
What do you mean PEDs? Performance enhancing drugs? Nah, I mean,
I
no, his game sense overall has definitely gotten much better. And I mean, like, I'm not too scared about like the Start Zen combo or whatever. Isn't that on the team?
Yes. Stark, Zen, Caution, Alpha.
I'm not too worried because we got the Zen rage going on, and you got like Stark saying "Shut the fuck up, yo, shut the fuck up" the whole time. That's not gonna go over very well.
That's a good point. Team chemistry-wise, it could be combustible, to say the least.
Well, you know, the one thing I think Stark has to do is stop celebrating. And once he learns to stop celebrating, I think things will go great for his team. So jumping into Rude's team also, so we've got Rude, Dranzer, FSN, and Dastan. Rude and Dranzer, of course, played together on my team when they won the championship together, so they've got some chemistry there. And FSN really, took the league by storm last season, made it all the way to the finals as a pretty good player. So I see a lot of heavy offense on that team. Dranzer can hold down D pretty good, but I think they're going to be relying very heavily on their offense. I think they're going to have a lot of high-scoring games because they've got those two guys. They've got Rude and FSN, and that's not to say that those guys can't play other positions, but how can you take away Rude or FSN from running? That's just my opinion anyway. And of course, Dastin's a very good fourth. He really probably should be a third at this point. I think his connection is what holds him back. So I kind of see this team as like a specialty kind of team. So yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like the team that FSM was on last year. I forget their name. Best ever. They were really like offensive specialists.
Which they were not the best ever. Continue.
You just couldn't help yourself.
Can't.
But yeah, right. Rude is considered to be, a top tier runner up there with Ralphus in this league. So with FSN doing what he did last year, I mean, they should be really good offensively. It's almost the opposite of that other team. Although not to quite, not to compare them as equals, because in my mind, just right off the bat, it does seem like this team's going to have, if maybe they don't have the combustibility problems that other team might have, I think that communication is going to be the issue here. Transer doesn't have a mic, right? He's really good. We all know that. That's why he keeps, ending up on great teams and playing great. But it's tough when your defender doesn't have a mic. And Rude, talks, but FSN is, from a different country. Dastin's from, he's the Moroccan Thunder. And he's got like a 500 ping half the time. So I see obstacles to greatness, but I don't know. I'm excited to see, I guess, how they do in reality.
Yeah, I have to agree with a lot of the stuff Stab says, because I said it on Thursday night. I didn't go for Dranzer because he has no mic. He also said he was never playing Otomex again. So
we are glad to have you back, man.
Those are the two reasons I do not want to have Dranzer on my team. Not that he's a bad player, but no communication, hitting the port. That's like two strikes right there, dude. You're out. Fuck that. And FSN though, FSN and Rude, it's gonna be like, I think it's gonna be like a clash of like play styles, kind of, because they both want to run, they both like running. FSN has his own style of running, but for like D on the team, I wouldn't trust Dranzer. I think Rude is kind of he can do everything. He can do mid, O, D. I think he'll be D a lot more than he thinks he's gonna be, actually.
I mean,
on that team.
FSN can do a lot more than just run too. They're versatile. It's a versatile. It's a versatile lineup, and also I was going to say that Dranzer does a really good job with the binds. I mean, so as unideal as it is, and that's probably not a word. It's still I think a tenable. What am I talking
Tangible?
about? It might. I think it might work. We'll just have to wait and see. But it could definitely work out with him on D doing his hotkeys, and FSN can definitely play mid, and or Rude can too. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Dranzer, you're right. It's about binds, and if you set it up and you work well together as a team, it takes some effort, but I think the reward of that is having a pretty strong defender. You just gotta work a little harder on your chemistry, so you can't leave him behind because he doesn't have that like instantaneous, holy shit, get the fuck back here, somebody's in the base kind of thing. So it's definitely some getting used to, and I can see why that's definitely a turnoff for a lot of captains. But still,
he in general just turns me on. I don't know.
I've always kind of said that about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
He just
Rick.
turns me on in general.
Well, I'm gonna move on from that. But so that team's gonna be probably, So now I guess we can jump into this trade thing that happened.
Bullshit.
I was trying to figure out the best way to recap this, and so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to give what the teams were when they got drafted, and then I'll go through the trades. I'll do that real quick. So, my team initially after being drafted was myself, Blair, Ding Dang, and Hex. Ralph's team was Ralphus, Denzoa, J Warrior, and Tony. DS's team was DS, Dev, Legion, and Halloween. And Stab, you had yourself, Torvald was up in Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, all very strong, balanced teams, if you ask me.
Sure.
As soon as I drafted, I drafted Blair for $25. In case anyone is unaware of this.
Highest paid player, by the way.
Yes, I was gracious enough to let him beat me as the highest paid player. I think he's totally worth it. Like before we get into these trades, I liked my team. I would have been.
Did you go for 24? Did you go for 20?
Yeah, 24.
Wow.
Yeah, Ralph took me for 24, and that's why we ended up with Stark as our third. Now,
Whoa!
We actually made
show
a
up
trade
on time next time, motherfucker.
Right. So, yeah. But this trade kind of, came out of nowhere. I think a lot of it had to do with alcohol and other types,
Definitely. Yeah.
other barbiturates.
Yeah.
So I'll go through the trades and we can talk about it. All right. So I was talking with Ralph, and if this video ever gets released, you can see me and Ralph talking to each other basically for the entirety of the draft.
You and I had spoken at some point, just the two of us.
Yes, I
If
believe
you
that
recall,
was.
yeah.
I kind of recall. I think that was after me and Ralph talked. But so the three of us, myself, Ralph, and Stab, got together and decided to do this kind of like three-way trade thing, because trading is unlimited in the preseason. So Ralph traded me, J Warrior, for Blair, and so then I traded J Warrior and Ding Dang to GPS Stab for Torvald and Dragon, and so that was kind of the three-way. Ralph got to put back together the team that made it to the championship. He's got himself, Tony, Blair, and Fran DeMan,
The all-Philly team.
all Philly team. And so then I dropped Hex for Denzoa because Suck dropped Denzoa, picked up Fran DeMan. Okay.
Fran Damon.
Fran Damon. And so my final team right now is myself, Torvald, Dragon, and Denzoa. And Stab, you and DS made a trade.
At Denny's.
At Denny's at 3 in the morning, probably.
At Denny's.
Did
Well,
we?
we were-
3 or 4 in the morning, yeah.
This is how messed up I was when I made that trade. Like in my memory, I'm sitting in that draft room, like just looking at Demon Sphere. I can remember him. Like I have this memory of me in the draft room, like looking at you, going like, "Oh, you want to do this?" And you being like, "Yeah."
No, it
That's
definitely
how
happened. It happened at Denny's. You like
No
leaned
way.
over and you like nudged
Wow.
me and you're like, "Hey, looting for Ding Dang?" It's like, yeah, hell yeah. I was like,
I
"Alright,
believe you. Yeah, I'll believe you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's lots of things I don't remember
So,
that night. but-
still, yeah, they traded Legion for Ding Dang.
We went to
which
Denny's.
Twice. Went to Denny's twice.
I
not
thought
the
it was,
same-
I
not
thought
the
it was
same night.
3 times, but
Maybe it was. I might have missed one. It was
I don't
twice
remember.
though. Definitely twice.
it was definitely twice. But yeah, I think maybe you guys put this trade together while we were eating Fran Damon's chicken tendies.
You want some of my tendies, dog?
Yeah.
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
was that part of the trade? Was that part of the trade?
What, like tendies for a player? No.
Yeah. No, for like ding dang, like ding dang and a wing wang for Legion or something.
Oh, Jesus.
No, you just leaned over and nudged me. Yo,
Huh.
Dinger for Legion?
I would
Yeah,
have
sure.
traded my whole team if somebody paid for my Denny's.
Oh, yeah, I would have too.
I paid for food twice the entire time I was in Philly.
Yeah, you didn't pay for much
even-
anything,
You didn't
did
even
you?
pay for a fucking room, did you?
Yeah, but I had to sleep on a love seat. My fucking legs were like knee down. It was like over the couch pretty much. I was like, oh god, this sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
this
in
is-
case anyone
this-
wants to know, DS slept on my couch.
Yeah, for three
For
fucking days.
3.
It is not a couch, by the way. It is a love seat. It is very small.
Sorry.
I'm a very big dude. It was hard.
It would have been worse if I slept on it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, who has a bigger complaint though? Like you or Zach, who paid $400 for a hotel room and like it just basically got trashed like 4 nights in a row, and like how many people ended up sleeping there? Like,
well, we did the draft in there, which had 8 of us, and
oh,
then
God.
I don't know the night of the wedding itself, there was like 20 people in there. I don't know, and then
the night of the draft, even more people got into your room, and then the next night on Friday, even more people are in your room,
I
and
know.
then during the wedding, the after party like started off in your room, and like.
Okay, I believe
microphone
this is
and stuff.
WDL radio. Let's come on.
Well, basically, I'm a good host is really the moral of the story. But
Well,
so the trade,
So yeah, let's talk about the ding ding
right?
Legion trade, and then I'll give my perspective. Or did you give your perspective on our 3-way yet?
No, so
Okay, go ahead.
what I was gonna do was I was gonna say, okay, so the final roster now, as of now, is Alt Stab was up, J Warrior Legion, and DS Dev Halloween and Big Bang. And so I know that this big 3-way trade created some controversy amongst some of the players.
J Warrior.
Well, J Warrior is one of them, yes. He's listening right now. So, to me, I thought it
really?
was. Yeah, I thought it was a really, I thought our teams before were balanced. I don't think they're any less balanced now. I just think that, we all wanted our teams to be a specific way, and they just didn't end up that way. So I think this trade worked out for everybody. I mean, I don't see it as like, a Zakin trade in any way. I think it's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I just think it's they were smart trades. I mean, Ralph got Blair. Those two have really good chemistry. I got Torvald, who I've now played with for about 9 seasons in a row, and Dragon, who I've not played with before, but the combination of us 3, I think that's going to be pretty good. And Stab wanted J Warrior. Stab's played with J Warrior before, so I just think it worked out for everybody. And I just don't think it was one-sided or anything. I don't think I should have given Stab a home field pick. I think maybe he should have paid me to make the trade with him, But other than that, I thought it was pretty good.
I think I should have got at least a handy.
Well,
One more.
can
handy.
I pick?
I should have got at least another handy.
Can I pick? Like, not,
You just got like
Yeah.
drowned out there.
No, I was happy with my team. Like, I didn't want to do a trade after, because like a few people came up to me and like, hey, you want this for that? I'm like, nah. And then Ding Dang for Legion. I was like, I can do it because I played with Ding Dang more than I played with Legion, and I know Ding Dang better than I know Legion. So, hell yeah, I'm gonna take Dinger. I'm happy with my team. My draft went fucking 100. It's fucking perfect, dude. It's a perfect draft.
Okay, let me. Are you done? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
done.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
I'm
actually
done.
listening. I was just waiting to talk. So
Okay, well,
let me-
whenever you
let-
speak.
Yeah, so let me break down. Well, first of all, you and me did that Legion for Ding thing because I don't know. Personally, I think that Legion is like just as good as Ding Dang and slightly more experienced. And I'm just going to be straight up honest. Ding Ding was going to be a fourth on my team, and I love the Dinger. And I know that on your team he possibly has a chance to become a third. And so yeah, it's complete personal bias for the most part. So yeah, there you go.
Well,
Plus, I like Legion as well. So and I didn't want to be sitting there accused of holding the Dinger hostage again, like I did fucking by Demon Sphere last season, or 2 seasons ago. I don't know.
Let the Dinger play. Let the Dinger play.
Yeah.
Come in.
So, okay, to the 3-way orgy we had going on with Ralphus right after, immediately following the
three-way
draft.
trade.
Yeah.
The three-way orgy following the three-way trade.
There is a well, first of all, there's a difference of opinion on who is a better player, K-Blair or J-Warrior. And, but that honestly doesn't even play into the final decision because I had talked with Human Bones about acquiring K-Blair, and that was not an option. And Ralphus also did not want to part ways, he didn't want that. That was never going to happen. So I don't know if that was what some of you were thinking that I should have done, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what you were thinking when you were railing on it. I never got a chance to get onto IRC and see what you guys were saying specifically, negatively about the trade. But let me just explain everything. So I had a team of Dragon, Torvald, and Wazop, which obviously is extremely powerful on paper. There's a lot of problems with that team, though. Number one, when do I play?
Yeah.
Because to be quite frank, they're all better than me. Okay, just throw my cards on the table. Maybe I could give Torvald a run for his money on some maps, but Dragon and Wazop are just on a higher tier, and Torvald probably is too. So who am I going to bench? How is that even going to work out? Is there going to be turmoil there? This is more of a fantasy sports draft approach where you take the best available option and then you use that as an asset later to turn it into something better to try to get a stronger 3-man lineup is my thinking, right? And then it turns out I actually maybe, depending on what you think, improved my 4th later too. But I thought that team also lacked a true D. So J-Warrior certainly fits that bill. Going into the draft, I thought J-Warrior was, top 3 player on the board, at least. He won our MVP award on this radio show last year, so to come away from that draft with J-Warrior and Wazop, I'm ecstatic. The other thing is that Dragon is, what is he, Slovakian or Swedish?
He's
or
Swedish.
Jamaican or something? Or maybe he's from
fucking
South
Swedish.
America. I don't fucking know. Is he Canadian?
No,
I don't know.
Swedish. He's Swedish.
He's not American, and if you don't like America, you can just get out. But no, you know what I mean. He said already, he can only play on the weekends, and I've had him on my team before, and we did do great things, but it was a struggle, schedule-wise. And to be honest, my schedule is not that flexible anymore. Plus, I played with Torvald last year, and we did not gel. It's not personality-wise, but chemistry-wise with the team, we did not do well. So, and my team actually did better after I traded him mid-season, and so did his team that he went to. So it's no knock against him. It's just, yeah, I think I've explained everything at this point, really. And I guess if I have one regret, and I will accept this criticism, It's that I made Ralphus and Human Bones teams stronger. They had shittier drafts than I did. Like, they definitely had like mediocre to good drafts, or I could even say bad if I wanted to, just with given the player pool, because we had a really strong player pool. And yeah, I definitely improved their teams, especially Human Bones' team, and he's probably looking like a major contender now to everybody. But that's just how I feel. Like I said, I'm going to be brutally honest to just answer any of the questions that the haters out there have. And I want to. This is the thing. I do this.
They're haters.
I just let me finish, and then I'm done. And then I'll shut up for like an hour. So I mean an hour. Fuck, we'll be done with that. But at the end of a draft, I want to come away with my best team, and I don't care about anybody else's team. I care about my team. And my team, I feel like, was improved by that trade.
So, okay. Mediocre to good, also possibly bad? What?
I covered all my bases.
Blair just won a fucking championship. He went to 2 straight. Number 1, okay? Then you've got the Dinger, who you're like fucking, I don't know, man. You got something. You do not like the Dinger. You treat the Dinger like shit. You have no respect for the Dinger.
I said the
yeah.
whole reason that I traded him was because I liked him. He's not going to start over Wazzup, and he's not going to start over J Warrior.
That's why
I said the whole reason I traded him.
I'm in love with that.
No, that was an insult to Legion. If anybody, the whole reason I made that trade was for the Ding. I won't interrupt you again, but I won't take that.
That's fine. There's so many things you can do with a team with myself, Blair, and Ding Dang. There's just, I think all 3 of those people are capable of playing any position if you set them in the right spot. I think probably Ding Dang does his best work maybe like mid-O, but he can definitely, improve as a defender. So I didn't feel limited in any way with that team. I would say that Stab and Stark out of the gate had the strongest drafts. You can't argue. They got like, 3 or 6 of the top 6 players in the draft. They pretty much fucking got like 6 of the top 10, I should say. So it is hard to argue with that you made our teams a little bit stronger. I just, to go like I drafted fucking, Blair, and then I picked up, I don't know, man.
I didn't mean that.
AWOP. I mean, not that he's a bad player, but he didn't get drafted. So I don't know. I felt better about my team, I guess, than you did. And Ralph's team.
I was exaggerating.
I know you are. Ralph's team, of course, I think they were good too. I mean, J Warrior and Ralphus alone, and then Tony and Ralph have this thing. They just work really well together, and they dissect maps kind of like the same way. So I thought that team would have been really strong too. It's just kind of like replacing Blair with J Warrior, who you said were kind of the same tier player. So I don't know. I mean,
in my mind, but
yeah.
Can I say something real quick?
You certainly can. No, go ahead.
All right, so I'm happy with my pick, right? And all I want to say is me and Dev, like me and Dev, we're going to run this shit, dude. What I say at the draft, like, we can do whatever we want. And it's set. That's all I'm going to say.
Can you rock and jump?
Yeah, I can. I won't fuck up as much as Rude did when he was on your team.
Yeah, but what about Dev? I don't think he even has a mouse click button.
Need a rocket jump?
He has a mouse click button, which I should say is more than what I have. So, you know what? It'll be interesting to see you guys play on Map 8, which just so happens to be the first week in our schedule here.
That will be very interesting.
It will be very interesting. What I think we should do is do a quick little run through of the schedule because. I've heard good things like, for example, Dranzer said he was completely done with Otomex. He wasn't going to play again, and then he saw this schedule and he was like, "Wow, I can't miss this. I want to play." So if we do a quick little rundown here, I've also heard from Stab that he hated some of these maps. So,
Did I say that?
it's some maybe it wasn't you. I don't know. Somebody said it, but
I definitely said it.
I think you did. So, week 1, of course, we've got map 8, which is EDCTF map 8. Everyone knows that map. It's it's part of that 010408 rotating fucking triangle that they've always got to have one of those maps in the schedule. And this season, it's map 8.
It's it's the holy trinity of Alex Max.
What?
There's like
Well-
8. Well, whatever. Just.
I think, if you want to get into it, I think Alex had a part in map 1. He definitely made map 8, but of course, map 4 is Ralphus Magical Ice Forts. So that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So
It sounded good coming out of my mouth.
anyway,
This shit's live.
it is live.
This shit's live, dude.
Not like we ever do edits otherwise.
That's true. We don't. Anyway, week 2 is map 27, which is from the core CTF WAD. That's the rather large map with the not working scoreboards. I've never played that map in a competitive way even once.
It's
I
from
know other-
Chaos Core, right?
Yeah, I know other people have.
It's shit.
I love
Yeah,
that
I'm just
map.
kidding.
Oh, you don't like it?
No, it's actually good. I just no, it's good. I'm just
I think it's pretty sweet.
I mean, I'm actually I'm looking forward to it.
Power up map.
Yeah, it's kind of a different map for us. It's a little bit bigger than what we're used to in the WDL. So I also think that sets up for map 16, which is week 3, really well. Map 16, of course, I tried to get that in the schedule. I think maybe like last season or something. And then, of course, when Ralphus cock-blocked our map 26 home field pick last year, I said, let's pick a fucking map that's gonna piss everybody off, especially water, because I knew we were gonna play water, man. And so map 16 actually, I will say I picked that map to piss somebody off, and then we started practicing it, and I was like, this map's actually a lot of fucking fun. So I'm glad it got thrown into the schedule.
I'm cool with that map, actually. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to work well for my team. So.
Yeah, it plays a lot different 3v3 than it does in 2004 8v8 ZD pub.
Right, like that taste of that map, that bitter pub killing taste of that ZD CTF, experience way back in the day, like I think lingered for a lot of people because that map lingered in those pub wads for like the longest time, and nobody knew why. Like everyone hated it. Like it was a pub killer. Like that map would come up and you would just like, I'm out. Because Human Bones is on the other end, just like spamming rockets down the road. And you're just like, what's the point? What's the point? Like this is just
Who's shooting
dumb.
rockets? Oh, it's Bones. Yeah.
Bones and 10 other faggots just like him. Like,
Whoa.
Get whacked.
oh yeah, sorry.
Get
what was
whacked, nubwit.
Why
Sorry,
am
I spent too much
hate
time
language.
on
I didn't mean to do that. I mean, I don't know why I would do that. I'm gay, so I don't know. I'm not actually, but
I'm
I don't know why I said that.
pansexual.
So anyway,
Whoa.
moving on.
Enlighten us.
Moving on.
But yes, moving on. Okay,
Okay.
moving on to week 4, which is map 6. Smart CTF. A WAD that I kind of feel bad about naming because I don't think there's really anything too smart about it. I just I like that map. I've always liked that map. It's a great teamwork map. It always, like, to me, you throw it like maybe in the middle of the schedule. I prefer it towards the beginning because it's kind of like one of those warm-up maps. But week 4, everyone's going to be gelling. The middle of that map is a fucking shit show. So if everyone's kind of comfortable with each other, I can see those being some really good games on map 6.
Yeah, everybody loves Smart CTF. It's the best. Honestly. Right? Demon Sphere, you love that shit.
Yeah, I like playing mid there. Yeah, it's my favorite map to play mid. I like mid and O.
Yeah,
And
don't
D.
like D. I don't like D. D is really difficult. Like, to me, you got to defend with rockets.
Yeah, I just want to address a question from the audience that just came in. That's the power of live TV.
Come on.
Hey man, this is
Alright.
part of the deal now. Um, Demon Sphere, or sorry, Devastation wanted to know if I prefer to poop with my shirt on or off. And previously I had been very against the shirt off idea. It just seems crazy to me. Kind of like the retard that like pulls his pants all the way down, to pee. Like that's what it feels like to me, And I have not changed my stance. I have not changed my stance. Devastation. So there you go. I feel like you just
Shirt off.
you hike the shirt up in the back. You sit down. You poop. I don't. Right? Am I wrong here? What the?
You're not wrong. I don't have a weird thing. Like, first of all,
Are there some hot bathrooms in Canada? Like,
how big are these stalls? Like, that
Like,
you're going
if there's
into
no-
where you can
he's
just
saying he's like hanging his shirt up and like
right.
under.
I mean,
Like,
if
are we
I'm
like-
pooping, 9 times out of 10, I'm taking my shirt off. But if it's like in a fucking stall with like a gap like this big, oh, shirt's
He says
staying
he-
on.
He says he does it at work. He says he does it at work and hangs up his work. Like, I can't even. All right.
Well,
I
that's just a little strange to me.
Yeah. Just wanted to address that.
At home, okay, whatever, like shit. in your
get
bed,
naked.
I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But if I walk in and I see somebody like fucking getting undressed and like crouching on the toilet like this, I'm not fucking.
You're walking out.
I'm pulling the fire alarm. There's something wrong there. So I think this conversation scared away DS, but so map 6.
Oh, yeah, where did he go?
I don't know, but so map 6 is great. I like map 6, and then we've got week 5. We've got map 22, which hopefully you're familiar with because you're the only one here to talk. This map was in season 2 of the WDL. It was also week 5. It's Rot King's map. It's got this, the ledge connecting the two bases in the middle, and then you can jump down onto the little landing to get the sphere there. This it's another classic map. It's been around forever. It's been in the IDL. It's been in the WDL. It's almost always played in like a scrim of some kind. Good teamwork map. Another good teamwork map. I think a lot of it has to do with controlling the sphere. There's we were playing. Yudi was playing R in a scrim a couple weeks ago, and they weren't doing so well. I was spectating and trying to time the sphere for them.
Riding the pine.
Go ahead.
Riding the pine.
Oh, riding the pine, yeah. So I just, I was trying to help time the sphere, and as soon as you get the timing of the sphere down, it totally changes the dynamic of that map. It's not always the case in every map that has one, but that map is so small and the corners are so tight and everything that it's totally you can run across the middle in that map and just be chased by somebody and make it to the flag if you have 200 health, and it's totally a game changer. So that map's always good to play.
Yeah, a lot of times they're chasing you with a chain gun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I this is where I said I hated these maps. I think it was just this map though. I don't think I said I hated all of them.
I think that's what it was now, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like this map because I think I've lost literally every round I've ever played on it. But having said that, I have J Warrior on my team, and he times that sphere like a motherfucker. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna be all right. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah.
Which map?
The
Map
last
22.
one.
Which one's that?
It was season 2 of the WDL. It was week 5 of that year. It's got this.
It's a rocking map. It looks like fucking Quake almost. It's got ledges that connect in the middle, and you jump down onto a landing to get a sphere. Ringing any bells? It's got like you can lower a lift and get down like into this tunnel that goes to the back. That's basically useless.
He doesn't even know where he's at right now.
Well,
I know where I'm at. I just don't know the map.
that's okay. Anyway, it'll be a good map. I think this is a great schedule, nice and balanced. And so if we want to jump into talking about the week 1 matchups, we can give some predictions and stuff because I don't see like any obvious clear winners here in week 1. I see a lot of like highly contested games happening, and of course, map 8, you're not really going to score 5 flags anyway unless the other team is like falling asleep.
We will.
Well, that's to be seen.
Yeah, you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, would you like to?
All right. I guess it's me and Dev. Do what we want. That's it. That's all of it.
That was great. Thank you.
That's real good, man. That's real good. Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you for being on the show. I appreciate it.
We'll definitely invite you back.
Look at Rude's team. Look at mine, dude. It's me and Dev. We can play any position. He wants to run, he can run. I can run, he can run. Both things are gonna be locked down, man. It's done.
This is how I feel. So, okay. I guess we'll do DS's game because we started talking about it. It's DS versus Rude. Recap the teams one more time. DS, Dev, Halloween, Ding Dang, up against Rude, Dranzer, FSN, and Dastan. So, right off the bat, you've got to me Rude and FSN capable of doing some pretty crazy rocket jumps. On Zandronum, Dranzer is actually always clamoring to run, so he might try and push his way into that position this season. I'm not sure. I don't see any like obvious good runners on map 8. Like map 8, you can shut everything down and you can get lucky and get out with a flag without rocket jumping, but it's very difficult. So I guess in that respect, I wouldn't put it past DS or Dev to get some flags out that way. But I just, I don't know. I see Rude or FSN making some crazy rocket jumps if Rude can angle it correctly. And and jumping up to the top. So I mean,
that's one thing I'm worried about. Yeah, the one thing I'm worried about is Rude doing the R jumps. But last season, how many did you fail? Like 8 in a row, 5 in a row.
Shit. That was a tiny little fucking window.
Nah,
he's jumping up the whole fucking map now.
Yeah, but no, I'm really scared for the R jumps. I think that might throw Dev off a bit because he's primarily a dueler, so we don't got this look up and down shit.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, and then you got these dudes like rocket jumping across the fucking
what is this?
Bays.
Was this Quake or something?
Right.
Well, we both play Quake, so
he should be able to handle it, right? But
you guys are dead. You're dead. Rude, you're dead.
I think
you're fucking dead.
And if I can just weigh in, I was just gonna say that I think that you guys, you might have gotten a nice draw on week 1 because I think you might have had some trouble with other teams there. Just if you go by the fact that, I guess if I had to rank all the teams, after the draft, I would maybe, rank Rude's at the bottom. But it's like, it's not like.
No.
It's not like like the bottom in like years past. I think the teams are really close in skill, like in everything this year. So like, and then you take into account that it's map 8 and that they got FSN and Rude, and I don't know if that's such a good draw anymore. So I'm starting to look at this like, I don't know. It's a real toss-up. Are we doing predictions?
We are going to do some predictions.
I'm gonna say that the Demon Sphere is gonna get his team is gonna get his first win, but it's not gonna be easy.
I'd agree. I'd agree with that actually.
Yeah, I want to say because it's map 8, and I feel like the whole rocket jump thing's gonna make a big difference. But you're right. Like the combo of DS and Dev, I don't care what map it is. Someone's got to be perfect to get out. If anything, I can see it being like a draw. But I'm gonna go with DS's team in 3 rounds. I think they're gonna split the first 2, and then it's gonna be like a really small, very rewarding victory for them. So
It's a
I think it's gonna be a close
prediction.
one. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's a nice prediction actually.
I'm getting better at this shit.
How long you been doing it?
Really.
Yeah.
So of course now we can jump into. It would have been great to have Stark here because you guys could argue about nothing.
Yeah.
But so Stark,
this has been a long cigarette break. This is like one of his longest.
yeah, that
No,
45-minute traffic.
Or he had like a 2-week cigarette break once, didn't he?
He did, yeah. I mean, Nautilus has had like a 3-year I'm going out for beer break, so I don't know. So Stark's team versus Altstab, which is GPS at this point. We've got Altstab was up, J Warrior Legion, and Stark's team Stark, Caution, Zanero, and Alpha. Already, okay, like Caution on map 8 is a nightmare to me. Would never want to play him on that map. Zen, I think Zen, plays kind of the old school defending way on that map. The up top, just kind of because he doesn't use mouse look either, so he's going to be playing it probably like me, just sitting up there like looking down on the screen like this. And Stark, Stark can do anything. So and then on the flip side you've got J Warrior was up alt stab. I mean, those guys. I think all 3 of you guys can do some rocket jumps. Not sure entirely, but I would look for that to happen a lot with GPS, more so than Stark's team. So if you had to ask me, I would pick GPS right now. But like I said, Caution on map 8 is, I mean, to me, anyone from R on map 8, I don't want to touch. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with GPS in 2 rounds.
All I can say is, if you're playing D, you better bind a key to turn that weapon sprite off there. Toggle that key. Toggle it. JK style there.
Toggle.
Toggle that sprite. Makes a huge difference.
Put some lava there under the flag.
Yeah, they're on the flag too long. Fucking hit a switch. They're dead. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. I guess I missed some of these memes or something, but I'm just gonna move on from that. Yeah, definitely Caution is the one that scares the shit out of me on that map because he's like rocket jump extraordinaire. Like I watched him do that. I forget the name of it, but there's like that rocket jump wad. He did it on. We had it on Otomex on a server, and I watched him one day.
R-jump or whatever.
Probably just R-jump. Yeah, R-jumped out wide, and he was just like doing ridiculous shit, and it's like yeah. So without like rosking and water in this season, I would say that Caution is definitely the one that scares me the most, if not Rude. But yeah, that's not good. I'll grant you that. But like Zanero on map 8, that doesn't scare me at all.
Nor should it, because it's a player from UD. UD is historically bad on map 8.
Yeah, my team is all UD, so that's not good. But I don't know.
I always kind of felt like I broke out of the mold on that one a little bit, but
yeah, I can do a little rocket jumping on that map. You can get flags out without RJing into the base to or out of it. You can do it. There's a couple ways. I mean, you can brute force it. I don't know if we'll be able to do that with them.
It's
though.
tough, but it's
Yeah.
possible. Yeah.
We'll see. It might be
Can I say,
some ties. Might be some ties, but obviously I won't predict. Go ahead, Demon
Can
Sir.
I say one thing?
No.
Fuck you. Team Dosu, 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 Dosu.
Well, you made me lose my train of thought.
I'll be right back. 1 sec.
Team Dosu, 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 Dosu. Yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. That's great, but that's going to be a good game. There's going to be a lot. These predictions are very loose because I feel like you could very easily tie, the whole game. So,
I agree. It's hard to make predictions on this.
very.
I just did that because I was making a drink and I didn't want to have everybody see that. But whatever. Fuck it.
It's all right. So, moving on to another classic Ralph versus Bones matchup. Of course,
Ooh!
yeah,
Kicking the season off with it.
I know, and it takes place in map 8, which how many UD people are going to be in this fucking game? There's 4 of them, 5 of them. This is going to be the worst game ever played. Yeah, historically, UD together on map 8 has been pretty poor. Nobody ever really understood why that happened, but every single time it doesn't fail. But Ralph and Blair, to me, still are this incredible force that you don't want to fuck with. Ralph is master rocket jumper, master runner. This map is pretty much made for him, and Blair as a defender, he's just off the wall. So, right
How
there,
is
you.
Yeah.
What?
How is UD so bad at this? With this seemingly lining up so well for Ralphus, like the leader of UD. Like that doesn't make much sense to me.
It's never made any sense, and I think a lot of it. I think a lot of it just has to do with, rocket jumping. Really became a thing like after we started playing, and
UD is old, man.
basically. But I don't know. I mean, I don't really have the science behind it, but it just never worked out for us. But on this, with this team, Ralph and Blair, and then Tony in the middle. Tony is, like I said before, he's got great chemistry with these guys, and always seems to find like the one spot in maps that really like stick a fucking needle in the other team. Like it just pisses them off. Like map 23 is a good example of that, where he just pulls up into the hallway and he's like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." It's like never ending. So I'm sure he'll manage to find something like that. He'll probably, if I had to guess, pull up into the enemy base, kind of take out people there. But as far as my team goes, I'm always open to whatever position works best. That's my thing. I don't draft based on position. I draft based on the possibility of chemistry, or I'll make trades based off that as well. So I can see us playing. I can see all 3 of us, and as well as Denzo, I can see all of us playing really any position on that map, whatever works well in practice. But I don't know. It's gonna be a fun one. It always is with Ralph. So. I'll let you guys go a little bit more in depth on that one.
Well, you've got yourself an R member, right?
2.
Dragon?
2 R members.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Who? Did Blair turn? Oh wait, no, Blair's not on your team.
We got Tor and Dragon. Tor is an R.
Tor is not in UD.
No, he's not.
I just assumed since he was in our clan. What was that shitty clan we had? I mean, it wasn't a shitty
Not good
clan.
enough to mention on the fucking radio, but it was Control Alt Destroy.
Oh yeah. The greatest name for a clan ever.
Obviously.
No, that was talent-wise a good clan, but we just had to play on Xandro, and none of us liked that. But what? All right. But yeah, so I guess I didn't know that he went to R, but I guess his brother's in R, so that's not that surprising. So, But I don't see Tora as much of a rocket jump extraordinaire. Like, at least I've never seen him do it. And like I said, there's no water or Ross King. Dragon, I don't know if Dragon's much of a rocket jumper. Demon Sphere, I feel like you would know.
He's gonna bitch about Ultimax 24/7. So
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what everyone does now. So like, what's the difference?
No, I mean I know
don't expect him to do it.
I know he could. I know he could because he is supremely talented. You know, so I know he definitely could do it. But definitely Bones ain't gonna be flying around. You know that, like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know Bones with free look, so.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
So
people do what I tell them to. So
I
You
gotta
the
admit,
boss. You the boss.
I don't know. I gotta fade SXP on this just because of maybe some offensive struggles, but on paper they're like definitely stronger, like fragger wise, like fragging wise. And
SXP versus Suck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would predict that. I guess Suck is gonna win this one, but maybe it'll be a tie. Also, but I think if somebody wins, decisively, it's gonna be Suck because they'll be able to get a flag out.
Well, I think anybody on SXP is going to have a hard time getting a flag out. Because I bet you they're going to put out Blair on D. He's going to sit up top, and he's
Yep.
going to fucking murder all of you coming into the base. Just like Blair does.
Yeah.
For offense, though, I mean, Ralph Asano, I don't think he R-jumps very well. I think he probably also does what Bones does, no free look.
Ralphus?
Yeah,
Have you ever seen a demo of Ralphus in the last like 5 years,
he's
dude?
completely adapted the art.
Oh, does he have like the fucking...
He's
body?
100% mouse look,
He's
but
100% mouse look now.
Oh,
yeah.
alright, okay. So, yeah,
Wow.
the Mini's pretty good at R-jumping. He's probably bad at it. But, Tony, K Blair, though, the Blair at the top is all I'm saying is where you're going down.
Yeah, it'll be a tough one.
For running, though, yeah. Dragon will probably want to run for you guys. Don't know if he's going to actually run. So
I don't know. It's a big fucking mystery.
I think SXP is going to take it. In three. Take it in
Solid.
3.
Can't argue with that one. So yeah, I guess that really kind of wraps up week 1. Is there anything you guys wanted to say about this ridiculous draft and the trades and maybe some of the other maps that we missed before we head on out of here?
Just one thing. The trades were really funny, like in person, because like, it's the first time we're all in person doing the draft, and draft finishes, a lot of bullshit going back and forth between players and stuff, and then it got a little bit quiet. Everybody's kind of like sitting there, like, got our drinks, we're kind of like tapping our thumb on our drinks, looking down, and like, all right, yeah, so the draft's done. Yeah. We get up, and you got this group of people who go this way, and a group of people who go that way, outside onto the balcony, and I'm sitting there in the chair, sitting there like, they start talking about drafting, and I'm like, or trading, and I'm like, okay, all right, they're doing trades. I go outside, they're doing the same fucking thing. They're sitting there talking about trades, and I'm like, okay, and then Stab comes rolling out. Yo, the sickest trade just happened. I was like, what? And that's when I hear about the 3-way trade.
Yeah, man. We're the three, like, I feel like it was immediate. Like, we're just like, all right, what does my team need? It was like, what does my team need? Like, but that's the way that the three of us all, like, if you were to see, like, DMs after a draft, like, last season or the season before, like, I mean, it's the same thing. It's just, we're not, like, I felt like being in person, it was just, like, really easy. It was just like, oh, yeah, you want this and you want this? Good, because I want this. And it was just like, all right. I remember we all like put our fists. We're like, "Is this good?" We all put our fists in. We're like, "Oh."
Yeah, it was really funny seeing like the trades going on in person because like it usually happens being like PMs and shit, and you see people like leaned into one another like, yo dude, we're gonna fucking trade this guy for that guy. Is that cool? Like you see everybody like leaned in, like doing these trades. Like, all right, I see what's going on in here, dude. It's like PMs in real fucking life here.
It was funny too because we're all hammered and stuff. And we're all just having a good time.
So
like,
fucked up.
But like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, dude, yeah. But like, Ralphus gets like super serious face, like just all of a sudden like he starts like giving you the cockeye, like yo, like I don't know if I'm doing this, I don't know how this is looking on here, but like he's like yo, yeah, like he's just wheeling and dealing, like he just turns on that switch and then he's like, like a mafia guy or something. It's funny. I don't know.
Yeah, it did
I am
get pretty serious
Dosu,
there.
by the way. I am Dosu.
Dosu.
You are Dosu?
Yeah, I mean, the draft was probably the most fun I've had with
In
a
your
draft.
whole life?
Yeah. It was a lot of It was a lot of fun though, and you're right. I think the trades happened a lot easier because we were in person and like the whole draft. Me and Ralph were like trying to collude with each other and figure out what we were going to do, especially after I stole Blair from him, which he was not happy about at all. So.
Oh, that was funny. I wish you guys could have seen that bidding war happen. That was really exciting.
It was very.
You probably never will.
No, it's gonna be edited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be edited. We all. Well, I'm currently watching the draft video, and you guys don't. There's no reason to watch it.
That's
now.
what I'm
It's just,
telling
it's
you.
just a bunch of
You
dude
don't-
guys yelling at each other for 4 hours straight,
Right.
basically.
So drunk.
That's pretty much all that is.
Yeah. So.
Anyway,
Yeah, I guess that kind of wraps up week 1 here. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to look at us a little bit more than I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can keep doing this with the video thing. It was pretty cool to figure out YouTube, and it's going to be fucking uploaded to my own personal YouTube channel with my name, but, whatever. So yeah, I guess do a quick little recap of all the teams here. We've got Team Stark, which is Stark, Alpha, Caution, Zanero. Team Rude, Dranzer, FSN, Dastan. And after the trades, we've got GPS, Altstab, Was Up, J Warrior Legion, Sexual Panthers, Human Bones, Torvald, Dragon, Denzoa, Superchargers, Ralphus, Clem Hazard, Hey Blair, and Fran Damon. And the Dream Team.
That is not my team name yet, though. By the way, it's just still Team Demon Sphere.
That's right. Okay, Team Demon Sphere.
oh yeah, he
Which
changes every year. He's
which
real
is
creative.
Demon Sphere, Dev, Halloween, and Ding Dang. So I'd like to give a nice big thank you to DS. Do a little wave around the big screen.
Thank you,
And
sir.
Big Rick is now on the big screen.
Big Rick.
Big Rick. And I'm Human Bones. So yeah, join us next Monday for a recap of week 1. See you then.